Hi friends, in today's video let's try to prove the statement that if a graph is bipartite then it will contain no odd cycle. So it's a very simple proof. So in order to prove this we will be using the method of contradiction. So the method of contradiction, in order to prove, in order to use the method of contradiction, so what we will be doing is we will assume that let G be a bipartite graph and we will assume that it contains a odd cycle. Assuming that, we will arrive to a contradiction, so we will say that our assumption is wrong, that is the graph will contain no odd cycle. So let's move into the proof directly. Yeah, but before moving into this proof, I recommend you just refer the video which I made defining bipartite graph, so that it's much more simpler to you to relate this proof. So let's try to prove this. If G is a bipartite graph, then G contains no odd cycle. Fine. So let's start with the proof directly. So as I said, proof is very simple. We will say let G be a bipartite graph. So as you might have recalled the definition of bipartite graph. So whenever we say that a graph is bipartite, so basically it will contain two sets of vertices. So we can say therefore we can say that x and y are vertex sets of G such that the main condition that these two sets satisfy is union of them will give me the entire vertex set of G, and their intersection contains no same vertex. That is, the intersection is disjoint, or we can say the sets are disjoint. Fine. So this was a basic definition which I used. So since G is a bipartite graph, it should satisfy this condition. It should contain two sets of vertices such that the union will give me the entire vertex set and the intersection is empty. Those two sets which we are defining are disjoint sets. Now since we need to prove that G contains no odd cycle, so as I said, we will assume that let if possible G contain a odd cycle. So this is just an assumption. We will just assume this and we will proceed further, and then we will move to a contradiction. Let if possible G contain a odd cycle, and let's name that cycle as well, right? So we will say C is equals to x1, or we can say v1 v2, that will be much better. Vertices say v1 v2 v3 ... vn. So this is the odd cycle which we are assuming in this particular graph G. Obviously, since this is an odd cycle, this number n should be an odd number, where I can say where n is odd. So just to be more precise, when I say a cycle which is defined like this, so if I say the cycle is v1 v2 v3, we are talking about a cycle which is of this form: v1 v2 and v3, something of this form: v1 v2 and v3. So similarly, when I say v1 v2 v3 ... vn, so that basically means v1 to v2 there will be a h, then v2 to v3 there will be h, and going on the vertex before this, that is vn minus 1 and vn, there will be a edge between them, and finally vn will be connected to v1 by an edge, as we have over here, right? So v1 is connected to v2, v2 is connected to v3, and the last v3 is also connected to v1. So when I say there is a cycle of this form, then obviously there will be a edge between every adjacent vertices. v1 will be connected to v2, v2 will be connected to v3, v3 will be connected to the next vertex v4, and so on, and the vertex before this will be connected, vertex before vn will be connected to vn, and finally the vn will be connected again back to v1. Then a cycle is completed, right? So by keeping this in mind, I can say therefore v1 vn is a edge in G. So v1 vn, so obviously we know that since this is a cycle, there will be an edge between these two vertices. So I can say this particular edge will be there in graph G. So let's keep this handy for us. So let's name it as number 1. So we will need this after a few steps. So let's proceed further. Now since we have two vertex set with us, vertex set x and vertex set y, we can assume this v1 is belonging to any one of this vertex set, right? So let's suppose, without loss of generality, I can say let's supposedly v1 is lying in x. So if we can say if v1 belongs to set X, then obviously since we are seeing bipartite graph, if let me draw it so that it's much more clear. So I have two sets with me, right? I have two sets with me, set X and set Y. So if I am saying that my first vertex V1 is lying in this, so since this is a bipartite graph, by definition of bipartite graph, the vertex which is adjacent to V1, that is the vertex V2, should not lie in this set. It should obviously lie in the other set, because as per definition of bipartite graph, there should be no vertex which are adjacent in the same partition, right? So since we know that V1 is adjacent, or V1 is connected to V2 by an edge, since it is a cycle, it is within a cycle, so obviously the V2 should lie in the other set. Then comes the then comes V3, right? So V3 obviously it will not contain in this set, so V3 will again contain in the X set, V3. And going forward, like V4 will be again containing in this thing, set Y, and this process will go on, right? So we can say if V1 is belonging to X, then V2 will belong to set Y. Similarly, we can say that the other V3 will belong to X, and so on. So this process will go on. So if you observe over here, what we can see is all the odd vertices are coming under set X, partition X, and all the even vertices are belonging to partition Y. So I can just state it over here as well. We can say therefore Vi belongs to set X if I is we can say like Vi belongs to set X if I is odd. If this number is odd, it belongs to set X, and Vi belongs to Y if I is even. Fine. If the number is even, it will belong to set Y. If the number is odd, it will obviously belong to set X. Now keeping this taking this into consideration, we can say therefore V1, right? We have a V1, vertex V1 of this cycle. This V1 will obviously belong to set X. Also we have this Vn, and what is this n? N is a odd number, so odd number belongs to this set. So taking that into consideration, we can say also Vn belongs to set X, right? Now there comes a contradiction that there is an edge between V1 and Vn, which we stated over here itself. Over here we stated it, so we can say but from one V1 Vn is a edge in graph G. So that's contradiction to the definition of bipartite graph, because in bipartite graph we know that there should not be any edge, so obviously the Vn will be somewhere over here, right? As we said, Vn is a edge and Vn is a vertex in the set X. So if we are saying that there is an edge between V1 and Vn, so basically we are going against the definition of bipartite graph. But as per our proof, the hypothesis is that G is a bipartite graph. So we should say that therefore, so since we are saying like V1 and Vn are connected, are edge in graph G, which do not satisfy, we can say which do not satisfy the condition of bipartite graph, condition of bipartite graph. Therefore our assumption is wrong. So what was the assumption? What we were assuming is that before starting with this proof, we were assuming that let if possible G contain an odd cycle. So since we are assuming such a thing over here, that led to a contradiction. So we can say that therefore G contain no odd cycle. So friends, as I said, it was a very simple proof. So in today's video, what we proved is basically if a graph is bipartite, then it contains no odd cycle. So similarly, we have the converse way as well. We can prove that if a graph contains no odd cycle, then it is bipartite. That is converse of this proof that we will see in our next video. Thank you.